What's going on, guys? Real quick, a lot of us are probably thinking, what the heck is going on? We got some bullish fundamentals over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and how come price isn't moving in? Was this already priced in when we had the last move up? And essentially, where are we going? So here are some of my thoughts. I want to start on a 2-day real quick. I want to defer back to this because this obviously gives us a little bit better data. One of the things I was mentioning before from a wave count perspective was that this 0.5 fib level is not going to be the area where we've bounced from. We got to come down to this level 3200. Being that we're already towards the end of the month, are we going to head there in one swoop before the end of the month? Are we actually going to touch down to this level? That's one of the questions I'm looking at. So I am looking at for short-term longs, if you will, right? Let's say that we do start to bottom out here in this area for the time being before we go into next month. I'm gonna go over to a 4-hour. There was a symmetrical that we were looking at least discussing. It's gonna be this area. You see how we keep tapping into this trend line and we have a couple of strike throughs and then we have another trend line right underneath it. So this is essentially where we can see where liquidity is being taken in this area. So I feel like anything inside of this area right now would have to hold for support. And so I'd be looking to long these zones, right? 32, 33, all the way up through 37.74. So about a 30 pip differential altogether, 40 pip differential altogether. Now, if we do get a bounce in this area, we do need to take this zone right over here, which is 40.23. That level needs to be taken and moved a little bit higher. And then we need to come up to this 42.13 area. This needs to be taken, and I'm still targeting this zone. Sometime in November, this area is going to be targeted because there's a good amount of liquidity that sits right here around 43.89, and then we can see the imbalance that sits right over here. Again, I'll just preferences. I don't see all-time high. I don't see 6K. I don't see any of that happening before the end of the year. But I can see inside the month of November us having a push up to these levels, maybe even a little bit higher. I have a target, or at least a setup on an 89-minute that puts us right around about 4,600. So if we get to this area and just maybe stall out and then push a little bit higher, then I'm looking at 4,600s. But for the time being, towards the end of the month, I'm looking for this setup to act as a point of support, allowing us to go over here for a bearish retest, and then we're going to be coming right back down. That's the quick and simple, fast way of me running through this. If you guys have questions about this, let me know. This area I am looking at longing. I'm starting to set up some longs here in this area. I have a stop loss that's running just below here. Actually, I'll move this down just a little bit, just a smidge right there, right? Running that stop loss just like that. Now, if we run down past this area, then I see 3200s coming rather quickly before the end of the month. And that's probably going to be running and sweeping this low right over here. Everyone that was longing caught this knife from October 10th. I believe everyone's going to get swept in that area. So like I said, if you have questions, let me know. I'll be in the chat today. I'll be diligent on the charts. Outside of that, God bless you. Be profitable. I'll catch you soon. Peace.